Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just coming at you with a quick video. Forgive the lack of photography or production. All my stuff's at the office, and I'm insulating my house in the background, so a little bit of a mess, but doing some lead gen in between. Wanted to talk to you about the objection. Like, let's say you have a client that gives you a referral, and you reach out to the buyer or seller. In this case, it was a buyer, and say, I'd like to talk to you about helping you. And they come up and say, hey, we've already selected another agent. We've already got them. Many times we're like, okay, they've already made their decision. There's nothing I can do. They don't really see the value of why they would meet me. And I always go back to seeking to understand the relationship and trying to figure out what exactly they want in a real estate agent, because I know that most agents by definition are average, and I also know that the correct representation is really important. So instead of just giving up on the call, the first question you always ask is, great, that's awesome. Do you have a buyer broker representation agreement in place? If they do, obviously we disengage. If they don't, I'll say, awesome. Out of curiosity, how did you know, or how did you meet this agent? We also know that a lot of times people just go with the first agent they meet. They feel comfortable. They don't know how to interview. They don't know exactly what makes a great agent. It's really difficult to tell online. And so I know that there's a good chance that they just went with the first person they met. And that can lead to a disaster. We've all seen it. We've all witnessed it. And so I'll say, hey, out of curiosity, how'd you meet the agent? Well, we met him at an open house. Okay, great. And so how'd you interview them? How do you know they're the exact person to get you the right house with the best terms and pricing at the timeline that's most convenient to you? That's a script, by the way. That's what buyers want. They want the best house at the best price at the timeline most convenient to them. And a lot of times you can say, what are you looking for in an agent? Hey, if you knew for a fact that you could get better results with a different agent, have more value, a smoother transaction, and pay less for the home, and secure the home without losing out multiple times, without wasting a bunch of time, would you even consider a second opinion? And the fact of the matter is, we know there's no disadvantage from interviewing a second agent, right? So I encourage people. I always go a little bit further. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to fear. The worst thing they can do is say no, thank you. Most times people are going to be polite, but always go into that. Hey, do you have an agent? You do. Have you signed a buyer broker agreement? What's important to you? What if I could give you better results? What if you knew for a fact you get better results elsewhere? Wouldn't you at least want to know about that? Wouldn't you want a second perspective on one of the biggest purchases? And when you open up these conversations, you're going to find that the relationships aren't as solid and the value isn't as present. With that being said, hope this helps, and have a phenomenal Saturday. Hope you guys are having a great 2020.